All right, now we're going to get into Steve Phelps' comments on the short track package and the improvements planned to be made. As NASCAR plans to have their test at Phoenix on December 4th through the 6th, they'll be testing different, transaxles, different parts from the underbody of the car. So it'll be interesting to see what these changes are doing, because the goal is to eliminate shifting. So the Steve Phelps' comments, which have made me very, very frustrated and furious, I'll read them out to you. One change not expected to be made at some point in the future is increasing horsepower. His comments, Steve Phelps' comments of this matter. I don't think the answer is more horsepower, because more horsepower is expensive, Phelps said. If you ask a driver what's going to solve it, they're always going to say, give me more horsepower. It's a thing. I'm not a driver, but I've listened to enough drivers. And that's their solution. So the question is that really, what is it? I don't know. I think there are some gearing things that we're looking at as well. Some shifting things. Are you flipping serious, Steve Phelps? You're the president of NASCAR. This is some of the, oh my gosh. This is like this is so dumb, because it's like the drivers, 30, all the drivers he's asked, what can we do to fix it? Horsepower, please. And then they're like, well, it's too expensive. So, and then he's like, he's like, and so the question is really, what is it? Well, I don't know. You just got told by all the drivers what it is. It's more horsepower, dude. Stop being so dumb. NASCAR to me is like too cheap, man. They're trying to cut costs. They're trying to eliminate horsepower. They don't want people to spend horsepower. To me, the thing is NASCAR doesn't want to be proven wrong. They were going after this stinking more manufacturers. Lowering the horsepower will be more relatable to all the other car manufacturers out there. If all the car manufacturers are closer in horsepower to what NASCAR is running, they'll be more interested. Guess freaking what? No manufacturer has chosen to come back into NASCAR. It's so frustrating, because NASCAR is just trying to cut costs, and they're like, oh my goodness. And it's so dumb, because they had a stand the sport address when both of them were asked about short track package and horsepower. They said they're more open to doing it. So to me, it sounded like, can they actually legit open to maybe adding more horsepower? Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Let's go. Finally, they're acknowledging that we could add horsepower. But now it's like there's no chance. Now Steve Phelps is acting like there's no chance of adding horsepower. Like, he's also acting like that's not the solution. Like, he hasn't been told that's the solution. It's so dumb, man. I was listening to I talked about the Kevin Harvick's comments in the short track package. One of the things I didn't mention, I had to go into YouTube to find this and like copy out what he said. They ran a test at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and they were at a test. And they ran out of things to try and test, so they called in Doug Yates. He's the CEO of Roushing's Engines. They're the engine manufacturer for Ford. Shout out Ford Performance, yes sir. Great stuff. When they asked him what they could do to improve, what they could do, and they decided to get a intake spacer that was bigger than the 550 horsepower package, right? And they went from running 550 horsepower to then they ran and put 750 horsepower into it, and they went immediately a second and a half faster. I mean, if you're telling me that it's an intake spacer, that's all they had to do, that's all they had to fix or pay or buy or replace to add more horsepower, which I assume that's not correct, because I ain't no engine manufacturer, I ain't no mechanic. I have heard that there's things that they do where they have to they rebuild the engines to be able to handle 675 horsepower. Like, they build them to just do that. So there might be more than just taking an intake spacer. When I realized the intake spacer, it's literally like a restrictor plate, but different, a little more thicker. I'll throw a picture up on what it looks like if you're watching this on YouTube. But it pretty much restricts the air. And I might be not sure what I'm talking about. I might be completely wrong, but it restricts the air to the engine, so the engine's not give it as much air flow to the engine, so it's not able to generate as much power. So if you're telling me that's all it is to increase horsepower, then I mean, how much does that thing cost? I mean, it's so dumb, dude. And the freaking annoying thing is, they don't even want to try it. They're not willing to just try it. Why can we not try it? Just try a test, dude. Holy crap. How expensive is that? I bet you Roush Sheets has the parts that it needs. They have the parts already probably there because they build engines not just from NASCAR. They build engines for other racing series and for like I think the public too. I don't know. Or ask RC engines or Hendrick engines, all these different engines. Please, gosh, can we not try it, man? Can we just try it? And the funny thing about it, I just get so annoying because Phelps, I don't know, it just sounds so stupid saying that. Saying that we don't know the solution. You just were told what the solution is. All the drivers have told you get more horsepower, dude. Instead of freaking doing all this weird crap and adding a transaxle and taking parts from the underbody off and all this different weird crap. Instead, you don't have to do any of that. You can just add more horsepower, and I bet you it could solve the problem. Bring back 1,000 horsepower, and let those puppies eat, dog. Let those freaking engines yawk. Yaw, man. I miss it. When I was a young kid, that's one of the cool things I thought, man, 200 mile an hour, man. And that was always cool, but the racing wasn't so good, so you weren't seeing that side-by-side battles, the package wasn't good. But now they have a good package. I think the intermediate package is fine. I don't think they have to add horsepower there. Yeah, more horsepower is great, But I think the short time package, they got to add horsepower. Because it's weird. They have this test coming up, and as a fan, I want the test to do well. But then also, I want the test to do terrible because I just want to, shove it up NASCAR's face, It's like I'm like kind of two-faced on that. But yeah, I mean, I'm just frustrated, dude. I just want more horsepower. NASCAR's too afraid about spending money, dude. We got to stop spending money and we gotta stop saving money and start spending money to make the sport better. We're getting ready to practice because it takes up time. They gotta spend more time at the track and more testing, and when they gotta do inspection, we can't have an hour of practice because it adds cost, dude. Stop, man. We gotta stop. It's all about saving money now, dude. We gotta stop, man, doing that. It's just ruining your sport, man. You're hurting your sport with all that saving crap, dude. We gotta start putting money in to make the sport good, because one wise man once said, if you build it, they will come. If you build a good racing product, people will show up more. You'll get more sellouts, Oh my gosh, I'm just rambling. I'm just going on a ramble, and you might not even understand what I'm saying. I apologize, but I'm just frustrated because I like horsepower. I want horsepower, more power. NASCAR is not meant to be a profitable sport. You're not supposed to make money. You're not supposed to make well, you can make a lot of money if you're successful, but I mean, don't tell me these teams. Every owner thought, man, I'm gonna become an owner and I'm gonna make millions and millions of dollars. And I don't think they thought that at first, man. NASCAR racing is an expensive sport. It's not meant to be affordable and cheap.